Okay, welcome back. This morning we're going to modify our pegboard so we can insert our triangle peg. So we have three different options here. We're going to start with our actual pegboard. It has the holes in it, not the assembly. We'll open that up. And normally we would just start a work surface and add this. However, this space across here is too close together. So we need to modify this sketch where these holes are at and pull them out to the edge, from this edge to this edge, just a little bit. So to do that, we have to find which sketch we're working with. So in your model view or your browser, if you highlight your extrusions, you can see the outline that we're talking about. Extrusion 1 is our actual block. Extrusion 2 is the holes. So to find the sketch that we need to work with, click the plus arrow, find sketch 2, right click, edit sketch. And that will turn us around, and now everything that we've got here is editable. So all we need to do is modify this dimension. Double click it, it pops up, and we're going to change that from 1.5 to 1.25, and that slides that over just a little bit. So we subtracted 1/4 of an inch, or 0.25, off of this. We're going to do the same thing with this 1-inch dimension from the edge of the hole to the edge of the block. Subtracting 0.25 or 1/4 of an inch would make this 0.75, and that pulls that out. That opens that up for us right here. So at this point, we can, let's just go ahead and finish, and that'll pop that out. So those holes are now separated, and we've got space to work with. Now we can start a sketch on our top surface. Zoom in. No, I'm not even, it's too much. Just like that. So again, we did the triangle peg. You know you can't use a rectangle. You have to get the drop down, choose polygon. Triangle obviously have 3 sides, so change that to 3 and draw your triangle. Click done. Now, before we used the horizontal constraint, which you could use also. You could also use the parallel constraint. I'm going to use that one this time. And we want the bottom of our triangle to be parallel with the bottom of our block. So when I click those two, it squares that up. Now we can dimension, just like our triangle peg, we want the top point to the bottom line, and we want that to be 1 inch. And then we know we are 1 inch from here to here. So we want to be the same from the bottom of our triangle to the bottom of the block. So we'll make that 1. So that gets us lined up across the bottom. Now the only thing we have to do is center it. And this actually looks like it's pretty close. But to make sure, we're going to dimension. Now we know the overall length of this is 5.75. We know that much. Now you could take a calculator, you could divide that in 2. Inventor will do that for you. If you take the point to one of the edges, and instead of putting in an actual number, put in the division formula. So 5.75 divided by, and you see it turns red because it doesn't like that, but as soon as you put divided by 2, it turns back black, and when you click your check mark or press enter, it gives you that dimension as 2.875 and pushes that over into place. And so that's what we want. That gets our spacing correct between all 3 holes, and it all looks good. So now when you finish the sketch and extrude, you can leave this at 1 inch, that's fine. It goes up, take it down, and okay. And there is your triangle hole. Now what we don't want to do is create a new version of this. So to save it, just File, Save, and that will save it. Now, I'm going to close my block, my working graphic window right here. And you see now that our pegboard has updated, but our assembly has not, and our second assembly with the ends has not updated. So now we need to insert the peg into this assembly. So when you double click the assembly, it's going to give you a pop-up box that says changes have been made. Do you want to update the assembly now? And you say yes. And you will see that your hole, your triangle hole, is now in place. So just as we did with these two pegs, we're going to place, and if you notice my place now says place from content center. I don't want that. You want place, and I want my triangle peg. I'm going to place it one time, right click and OK. And now this works just like, excuse me, this works just like we did with the square peg. We're going to constrain this surface, since I can see it, to this surface because I can see it. I'll zoom in there just a little bit. I can see that side of that hole, and that puts that in place. I'm going to apply and cancel and slide this out of the way just a little bit. So because that's in place like it is, now I know that this surface goes to this surface right in here that I can't see. So I'll constrain the back of the peg, and then I'm just going to roll my block a little bit until I can see that part of the hole and pop that in place. Apply and cancel, and that peg should be in place. Do a file save to save that portion. And then the final piece to this, I'm going to close that workspace. The final piece to this, so now this looks right, but our second assembly does not look correct. So I'm just going to open that. Changes have been made. Would you like to update? Yes. And there's our final piece. So that piece is done. Our pegboard is finished. We're ready to move on to the mallet and get those two pieces done and assembled. And then we can put the mallet assembly together with this assembly and have a finished project. So that's it for now. When you're finished, move on to the mallet.